Go watch any short form video that went viral lately and pay attention to the voiceover, because that is exactly what makes people stop scrolling.
Need a new one before he eats the couch or something.
Not the visuals, not the music, it's the voice. And most creators are still recording theirs from their phone, doing multiple takes just to get something usable. And in this video, I'm going to show you a workflow that's faster and it sounds better. But first, here is what voiceovers look like for most people. You write your script, hit record, you mess up, and then you start over. And then maybe 2 to 3 takes before you get something usable. And then you pull it in the editor, you cut out the pauses, and you clean up the audio. And don't get me wrong, this is not the end of the world, but it adds up fast. And especially when you need to change one line a week later, because then you need to re-record the whole thing trying to match the exact same tone as you previously recorded. That is the part that is actually annoying. And that is exactly the part we are getting rid of today. Okay, so this is Fish Audio, and they have the most expressive, emotionally controllable real-time voice model. And they have text-to-speech, voice cloning, and speech-to-text. And as you can see right here, they have over 2 million voices. So we can choose from a lot of different voices for our voiceover. And right here, we can now click on Open App. They just rebuilt their whole platform, and it is now really simple to create voiceovers for your short videos. When we now click on Discovery, we can actually see all the different voices that they have on default that we can just use. So for example, we have Sarah, an engaged speaker from the US.
When you're creating something new, there's this beautiful mix of wonder and fear.
And this is very simple. It's a very regular voice. But we also have Mortal Kombat, for example.
Welcome.
And like I said, they have 2 million voices. So we cannot try them all out. But I will show you how to create your voiceover for your short videos. So we have all these different tags right here: male, female, young, middle-aged, narration, social media, sexy, documentary, deep, soft, and we can now choose which one fits our purpose. So we're going to make a short about why you never hear your real voice. So for our short, we can use narration right here. And before we generate anything and burn credits, we can actually test them out on forehand.
The fourth quarter intensity was electric. Players battling through contact.
Or
Think
for
about
example,
the
this
last
one.
time someone tried to rush
I like
you
this
into
one.
a decision, pushing.
Or maybe this
During
one.
the winter of 1985, residents of a small Maine town reported seeing shadowy figures standing motionless in their
We'll use this one. So we can click on use, and right here we can just paste in our script. So I generated this script with Claude. I can now copy it here, go back to Fish and paste it. So previously with their S1 model, if I were to run this right now, it sounds like this.
The voice you hear when you talk isn't your real voice. Your skull vibrates when you speak, adding bass that only you can hear. Everyone around you hears a completely different version of you.
But now they have S2 Pro, so we can click it right here. And what we can do is we can click on Enhance, and it will add emotion on the correct locations in the sentence. So we click this. As you see, it added emphasis on specific locations. So we can now click once again on Generate Speech.
The voice you hear when you talk isn't your real voice. Your skull vibrates when you speak, adding bass that only you can hear. Everyone around you hears a completely different version of you. That's why you hate recordings of yourself. It's not that the recording sounds bad.
The emphasis on specific parts in the sentences is just very accurate. It is exactly how real persons speak, like me right now. So what we can do is we can download this one. We can then go to my voice editor right here, and we can actually import it. I've already selected those clips, so what we can now do is we can just drop our voice right here, adjust the clips, and we have our short. So we can do it like this.
The voice you hear when you talk isn't...
We make this one shorter, then we make this one shorter, then this one, and this one. And we can now play it.
The voice you hear when you talk isn't your real voice. Your skull vibrates when you speak, adding bass that only you can hear. Everyone around you hears a completely different version of you. That's why you hate recordings of yourself. It's not that the recording sounds bad. It's that you're hearing yourself the way everyone else always has.
Perfect. So we now have our short video, and we can very simply add a caption, for example, and we can then play it and it looks like this.
The voice you hear when you talk isn't your real voice. Your skull vibrates when you speak, adding bass that only you can hear. Everyone around you hears a completely different version of you. That's why you hate recordings of yourself. It's not that the recording sounds bad. It's that you're hearing yourself the way everyone else always has.
Perfect, so we now have a full-blown viral short video. And all of that in just a few minutes. And that is exactly what the workflow looks like. You do your ideation, you get your script, you generate the audio, you get the clips, and done. If you want to try this out, there's a link to Fish Audio in the description. If you are already making content, make sure to check out the creator program from Fish Audio. You can actually earn up to 40% revenue share with your affiliate link. Both of the links are in the description. And if you want to use your own voice instead, make sure to check out this video.